Hey, this is Red Flags. Usually there's more of us, but today there's only two. It's me and Dave.
Opie got a case of the AIDS.
I mean,
and Donnie got stuck counting more M&Ms.
Yeah, he did. He's a little M&M counter, that guy. So,
or it could have been Skittles.
I asked you about this movie before I watched it, and you lied to me.
I said it was really stupid.
You did. You did say it was really stupid.
I did laugh at it, though.
You said it was really stupid. And I said, did it reset our essay counter?
I don't remember it doing that.
The very beginning, he's pretty aggressive, and they talk about consent a lot. So I don't know. Right. We might need to confer with the others on this.
No, I forgot about the very beginning. I was kind of making food at the same time, and I was listening for the first 2 minutes. So
also, I don't appreciate the fact that it was a dog making out with a human. And I know that it's a human. It's like a werewolf, but it's a dog. But it just didn't sit right.
It's a Yorkie wolf.
Yeah.
And they had to make the tongue noises, too.
Yeah, they did. So I don't know where that sits on this whole...
Yeah, we're just not going to put the counter up because Mr. Aggressive... But he didn't go through with anything.
No.
He was just kind of...
He did stop.
He was advancing, and she slapped him.
He stopped, which is good.
What did you think about the concept of monsters versus the mob?
That was so fucking stupid. As I was watching this, I was just constantly like, who the fuck wrote this movie?
I know, I was thinking the same thing through the whole thing.
It had to have been some Italian American who was like
high as hell.
And somebody wrote this movie, and then other people read this movie, and then collectively people put this together, and this is what we have. And I don't know how it got through all of the checks and balances that you have to go through to make a movie.
I still laughed. I mean,
I think when it
was a perfect pick because I was supposed to pick a stupid movie. Remember, we were all kind of going around and picking just a dumb movie.
Yeah.
I hit the nail on the head with this one. This was a dumb movie.
It wasn't the worst.
No, it wasn't. It kept your attention the whole time.
I think when I started to actually enjoy it was when they go to the restaurant.
You didn't like when they went to the gun store looking for a bomb?
That was okay.
I thought that was pretty funny.
I don't know who, I think that guy was pretty interesting.
What do you think about the acting? I didn't think the acting was that bad. It was actually decent.
I think that the acting was okay. I think the writing was the downfall for this.
Yeah.
Especially what was his name? Big Nick? Papa Nick. Papa Nick. I think that he did really well for what he had.
Yeah. The acting was good. It was what they had to say that wasn't very good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
it was entertaining though. I mean, I laughed, not out loud, but I snickered through quite a bit of this dumb movie.
Yeah, the whole the gun part when they went to the gun store. I know that legally he would have had to been get the fuck out, right? Especially because they're we don't want to kill anybody. We're not trying to kill anybody, but why would we kill a bunch of people? Is basically what they were saying.
Over and over and over.
Yeah. And
then she hacked up grass.
But I'm still speechless. Because then she hacks up grass, and then he's like, don't worry, I'll bring my dog over and he'll lap it up. And she's like, gross. You are the one who just fucking... You ate the grass gross. And then puked it up.
That is pretty gross, though.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's gross, but like that's a normal dog thing.
Sometimes. Well, your dog, my old one didn't.
Eat grass?
No, he didn't eat
like puke it up.
Well, he'll puke
eat
it,
his
but
puke.
he wouldn't eat it.
Yeah, this thing eats puke.
Yeah. Eats anything.
I think she does it just because she's like, oh shit, I gotta clean that up.
Could be.
Uh-oh, I
Why don't
pilled.
you eat your shit?
Oh god, no.
And then go lick Al in the face.
Gross. Gross. So
that could give you a real serious pink eye.
Yeah. So this movie, I don't know, like how did you even find it?
I don't know. Just random. I do a lot of Google searching for random.
And you saw. I don't know how this movie exists. I don't.
It's newer. It's 2024. It was literally just.
Did you watch
March?
Like the credits, or did you stop it right away?
I don't remember.
Because like I stopped it as it was doing the whole like. This person played this character. Like
I think
it was
the
pictures of them.
I think I stopped it around there too.
Video clips.
So there could have been more, but
yeah, I didn't see if there was any secret fucking extra Marvel styles secret screen preview for the next whatever. And you know, I think that okay, so we have to rate and then we have to discuss and then rate. So what's your beginning rate?
Well, I think I'm going to go 7.5.
Damn.
It didn't quite get an 8, just because of some of the little plot holes we'll kind of, discuss throughout it. But it held my attention, and I don't know, it was. I love dumb movies.
Yeah.
As long as they're entertaining dumb.
Yeah.
Like that, like the stupid Poltergeist one. I thought that was ridiculously stupid too, in a whole different way, but it was funny. That actually made me laugh.
So you liked Poltergeist, which was like crude, crazy,
yeah, I don't remember
trauma, whatever.
I gave that one a 7. I like this one more than that one.
And what did you rate Street Trash? Because it's the same kind of crude.
That was 6.
6.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so in the
average.
same range.
It's. I laughed at a little bit of it. I mean, I guess I don't really agree with Opie with how awesome the effects were. I never really talked about that on the last one, but I didn't think the effects were that great. Maybe for the time they would have been a little cooler.
Yeah, I think that they were good. Like, it wasn't...
Like the toilet scene. That was cool until...
It was 1987, so, like, thinking about what other stuff was out in 1987 to compare... I'm going to look that up. To, like, compare what, like, other effects were out there. I'm sure there's better.
Well, there's quite a few horrors in the 70s that we watched that had a little bit better effects. I don't remember them off the top of my head, but
so Blood Harvest, Prince of Darkness, The Gate. So Nightmare on Elm Street 3 came out.
So it was kind of up against that. That's a pretty.
That's Dream Warriors.
Yeah.
Was that the one you hated?
I did not like the concept.
Okay.
It's just the Dream Warrior thing. I mean, the rest of the stuff was all right. It was a bunch of. They acted like a bunch of D&D geeks that got their asses kicked.
Yeah. Lost Boys came out in 1987. I don't think that counts as a horror movie. I guess it does.
Kind of.
It's a horror thriller.
Yep.
The Gate.
Light on the horror.
Evil Dead 2.
Hmm? Yeah, there's another good one.
That, I mean, I can't talk shit about the effects in that because...
No, that's what I said. That there was quite a few leading up in the early 80s, too.
Do you know what else came out in 1987?
I can't imagine. imagine.
Howling 3.
Have we even watched the third one?
No, we did
We
not.
didn't make it past the second. If I remember right, the first Howling wasn't that bad.
Yeah, it wasn't as bad as the second one. No.
No, the second one sucked.
Zombie High.
I can't believe we watched it a second time.
Yeah, I know. Blood
Whose
Diner.
idea was that?
Probably
I
mine.
think it was Opie's, I think. He wanted to revisit it.
No, I don't know. Maybe. I know it was a time when we were like picking movies that we know we hated.
Because I think that was one of his, or maybe you picked it for
I
him.
might have picked. I think he was in Scotland, and then I was like, "We're gonna watch this one next," and timed it so when he got back, he had to watch it.
Yeah, that one was.
I could be wrong on that timeline, but
That was the greatest time in the very first part of our attempts at recording and testing, and
yeah,
watched that in the
at the shop.
in the shop on a TV that would randomly turn weird green colors and
Yeah,
give it a little smack, and it would come back again.
yeah, that was.
Watching Opie bang his head.
And we were
on
watching it on a VHS.
watching him bang his head on the table trying to get through it. That made that movie so much better. Watching his first reaction to it.
Yeah, I think that's why I wanted him to watch it again because I loved watching him freak out.
That was good.
Predator came out in 1987. That's considered a horror thriller,
Predator?
I guess.
Oh, I'm sure, yeah. That's part on the list with the whole Alien Universe stuff that I've been working on a little bit. I've got some of it hashed. I'm still working on timelines and things like that.
Yeah.
And then we'll look over, the order, because I know we had a little bit of a discrepancy with how we wanted to do it. I kind of would like to do somewhat chronologically, but the more I'm looking into this, as far as the dates go and what order we should do it in, it shouldn't be a problem if we just watch it in release order too.
Yeah.
Yep.
I mean, I know that I was like, oh, you should watch it in release order, but I don't really care. Because I do appreciate the chronological way to do it too.
Yep. I do too. But
Hellraiser
as far as, the
came.
progression stuff goes, it's not too big of a. Hellraiser was in that year too.
Hellraiser was in that year. This was a very, very strange year. Munchies. That movie looks fucking weird. It looks like what are those Gremlins? Looks like a ripoff of Gremlins, but more perverted.
Oh.
Creepazoids, I've heard of that, but I don't think I've ever watched that.
I've heard of it. I haven't seen it.
Blood Harvest looks super fucked up. It's got a upside down clown on it, and so that right away.
I'll pass. Not a fan of clowns.
Blood Diner.
I think Art the Clown kind of killed me on anything aspect of clowns.
Yeah. And something called Redneck Zombies.
That could be good. That sounds like something up my alley.
Surf Nazis Must Die. That's on Peacock.
Oh boy. Save that list. We might have to visit a few of these. These sound fun.
Yeah. Some of them pretty
B-movie
interesting.
fanatic. I love the typical big stuff like Avengers and stuff like that, or typical sci-fi. I love that stuff too.
Stage
But man, there's just something about a good B-style movie.
There's plenty in 1987.
Oh yeah. There's a few of them that are fairly new too. I mean, this one was 2024.
This movie just came out.
2024. The Yorkie one. Yep. March 31st, I believe.
Ay, ay, ay. Oh, so I suppose I should rate it. I'll give it a 5, right?
5.
So I'm going to go with 5 because the acting was okay. I did enjoy watching it.
The story was
So fucking dumb. The writing was bad. Like the way that they explained shit was too much. Like, it didn't let the audience learn anything. All it did was tell the audience what's happening, and that feels offensive. I don't know if that makes sense. Mm-hmm. But it's like making the audience feel like idiots. It's
I think it was done like that on purpose.
There was a point when I was like, is this intentionally shitty?
I think so.
I don't like that either. I don't like it because then it feels forced.
I don't think this one felt that forced, though. Not compared to quite a few of them.
There were some parts where I was just like, come on.
Yeah. Like the whole concept of if they kill the mafia, I can't remember I think it was the mafia.
Mafia, it was the same idea. They said both.
If they killed them off, then there would be no pasta for the world.
Yeah, but anybody can make fucking pasta.
The vampire could.
Yeah, the vampire knows how to make pasta. And he comes from a cheese family.
Yep. Who got killed.
And this is where Donnie would be like, my cheese fork.
Because they fed Papa Nick some bad cheese. One time.
And that's why he killed him?
Yep. Gave him bad cheese.
That was weird too. And that
One
was
mistake.
kind of, he was too aggressive sexually.
I don't remember him being sexually aggressive.
He kept trying to kiss her. Like, as soon as they met, he's like, I'll show you where your room is. And then he goes in to kiss her, and she's like, wow, what are you doing? He's like, I smelled blood. Werewolf blood.
I don't remember that. I must have blocked that out.
Yeah.
I remember the whole blood thing. But
Yeah, it's weird. I don't know. It was like, because sometimes they would have like I just wanted them to have like normal conversations, but then they would always say weird shit, and it would be too much. It'd be like, and what the fuck are the powers that they have? Like, why does this vampire have Jedi mind powers?
I don't know. They didn't. That's the little plot hole stuff I was talking about.
It's like the waitress comes up and was like, was there blood in that coffee when I served it? And he waves his hand in front of her. It's like, yes, there was. And you will go away now, child.
I like how she repeated exactly like that.
Yeah.
In kind of a condescending tone.
Yeah, that I thought was okay.
Go away now, child.
Yeah.
That was funny.
That was funny the way that she did it.
Yeah.
Like, she knew this was dumb. But she still had to do it.
Yeah. I never really understood. Like, okay. The Yorkie was supposed to be a witch at the same time.
The Yorkie werewolf lady.
Yes.
Yes, she was
Jenny.
Originally a witch.
But she couldn't seem to do anything.
She was just learning.
But I mean, nothing. Like,
for the rest of the movie?
But they were talking about how powerful she could be.
Yeah.
You know, because she's a werewolf and a witch. But there was no witch stuff that she ever did.
You know what would have made, like, the end of this movie also fucking dumb.
Why? Because she wanted to just go around and have sex with everybody she could?
That's fine. But there was so much of this that was unnecessary dialogue.
And then she got mad and had to go back in because she needed a ride.
She needed a ride.
Yeah.
And then why not? If you're already a witch, werewolf, mob boss, there's one thing missing. Also be a vampire. Have that kid turn you into a vampire. Then you win all of it.
Maybe. Maybe she can't.
Who knows? Because the lore in this makes zero sense.
Nope. Same thing. Where the hell did he get those green orbs from? And what were they?
I don't know. They're green orbs. They make people not have powers of vampires or anything. Yeah, it takes away witch powers and makes them just be an ordinary bitch.
It takes away all monster powers.
Ordinary bitch is what they said.
Yep.
And he's like, if you don't want to be an ordinary bitch, then you will listen to me. And where the fuck did he go? How did he die? I missed that. I blinked and it was over.
Boom.
He blew up. From what?
The one big guy who actually kind of looked like Fluffy in a way.
Yeah.
Came in holding a sword and the werewolf's head that looked just like the Yorkie werewolf. So you think that, and then he placed it on the table, and then she came in shortly after, and he's like, "Oh, you thought you could trick me?" It turns out there was a bomb underneath of it.
Dumb.
Which was made by the gun store owner.
Yeah, I remember he was standing there all of a sudden.
Yep. He's like, if you ever need me again, I'll be there. And then he walked out.
Because she also had Jedi mind trick powers. Or was that from the orb?
I don't remember her having...
Because it seemed like...
She was trying to convince, like, that restaurant full of people to help her go into combat, and then she has anger issues.
Yeah, but they explained several times. He was like, that wasn't necessary. All you had to do was say, I need a ride.
Yeah.
And then after he was like...
that drunken, like, Irishman-looking guy who was just like, so how does that work? Did the werewolf put his penis in your mom's vagina?
Yeah.
Oh my god, that went on way too long.
Don't get mad at me because your mom got it from her little Yorkie dick. Like, what? And then, okay, fine, I get that. That would piss somebody off, right?
I thought it was kind of funny, though.
Fine, fair enough.
He's drunk and he's trying to figure out how on earth did you become you?
Yeah. Which she could have just said, I got Yorkie blood when I became... I don't know how the whole fucking werewolf part... Explain that.
Mom killed their Yorkie.
Yep, because they were going to sacrifice it, right?
For the blood.
For the blood.
And they were going to turn that boy, the mafia boss's, or one of the mafia dude's son, we're going to turn him into the Yorkie werewolf as a punishment. But it turned out that one of the, like, elder witch people, one of the three, turned out to be in league with the mafia and killed the other two and then turned her because she was holding the fucking orb of change thing.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's how a werewolf suddenly was created. And it's hard for me to watch this movie and not think of, like, regular vampire lore and regular Lycan werewolf lore.
Yeah.
Lore. No, I'm just...
Lycanthropy.
Yeah. And I kept thinking about Underworld, and I'm like, the vampires and werewolves are supposed to be enemies, not teamed.
Depends on the lore.
Not teamed up together against the fucking mafia. What?
I don't know.
And wait,
so dumb,
so not only is he the mafia leader, mob boss, but he's also a warlock, because he's the only warlock.
Well, there's more witches, but he just infiltrated the mafia.
It made it seem like
power.
He made it like, from what I had understood, is he was already a warlock, and then he was just like, yeah, I might as well as start a mob.
Well, he's not the only lead. There's more houses. He was just the leader of that.
Yeah, but he was going to take over the world because he has all the orbs.
Yep.
The fucking orbs that he stole from somewhere.
Yeah, not a clue. Didn't make any sense to me. I wish they would have explained that a little bit.
And the main girl was annoying.
She's a bitch. She played that part very well.
Who the fuck is the director of this movie? Who wrote this movie? Is that in your notes?
Michael
Writer and director.
Biasio Ornelas.
Okay, that sounds very Italian.
Yeah. That's his feature-length directorial debut. So I'm assuming that is his first. He wrote it too.
Yeah, it said writer and director, so I was I can't. I was going to copy and paste it, but for some reason it didn't work. There we go. All right, let's see what else is. How will it be in the comments? Oh, he's got an Instagram. Took a long break from fiction writing after his inaugural publication in Quattro.
So apparently he's done quite a bit of writing. Just this is his first directing role.
He was a writer for a movie called Sleepless. But other than that, like really short stuff.
Yeah, this is actually kind of hitting the nail on the head, too.
What do you mean?
Had a lot of mixed reviews.
Yeah.
The critics actually praised it for being imaginative in a campy execution. Others pointed out the really low budget constraints.
Oh, did you know that this Isabella Jamie is Jenny?
Yep.
But there's a Risa May. I don't know if I'm saying
who actually
that name
played
right.
the Yorkie.
Yes.
Yep. It makes sense because the height difference. Because that girl was fairly tall.
I thought that was I didn't put that together.
Yep.
Like I was.
Yeah, I knew somebody
I wasn't
else
assuming.
was in the suit.
I thought it was maybe a kid that was just running around in there, and I thought maybe that other girl was just the voice, like done in like ADR. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So who's this Risa May?
Let's see. She's
got to be fairly short.
I don't know if this specifies her height or not.
Just because of the size of her in the suit was quite a bit shorter than the vampire kid.
She is of Asian descent.
I assumed that with the last name May.
Yeah. It's like MEI. I don't know if I'm saying that right at all. It looks like she's not in a lot. She's in some movie called, it's a video game, Sandland, and she plays Beelzebub.
Oh. Don't think I've ever heard
Oh,
of
that was another thing that threw me off right away in this movie. Like,
the grandmother?
no, before that, the very opening scene, there's like shit getting attacked, right? I think it's when the Yorkie's ripping apart the mob. Because it does like a beginning scene and then it like goes back in time. And so he's like praying to God, but he said, please God, I'll forgive you for my sins. And I was like, what? I'll forgive you for my sins? And then like the next scene was the grandmother part where the grandma's dying. And they were like, oh, thanks Satan.
Farting going on.
Yeah, and a lot of farting. A lot of fart jokes in this. And that's how I knew this was a Dave movie.
It was pretty entertaining. It wasn't great, but it held my attention the whole time. And like I said, I snickered through a good portion of it. So it wasn't terrible.
No, this Isabella Jamie reminded me so much of somebody else, and I couldn't figure it out.
I'm not sure.
Let's see. We got Jacob Rayner was the vampire Chris. And Roy Ward was Cliff, the guy at the gun store.
Oh, okay. Cliff, that's what his name is.
Yeah. Jacob Rayner. The last name makes me think of Rob Reiner, but it's not the same at all. But this Jacob guy who Played the vampire. He was also in a movie called Demon Hunt. Yeah, Demon Hunter, Time to Kill.
Oh. Don't think I've heard of that either.
Oh, it's upcoming. That's why.
Really? When's that released? This year? Next year?
I'm not sure. It's upcoming is what it says.
Huh, might have to watch out for that. That could be interesting.
I'm guessing it's in post-production. On the hunt to find pieces of a medallion that can end the demonic control over Earth, Taryn is forced to go through time to save the future. The tagline is, so many demons, so little time.
I don't know how I feel about that now, because that's been done. That's like beating a dead horse.
Well, this is also the second one.
No, but I mean the concept about traveling through time to, stop something.
Yeah.
That's been done way too many times.
Well, also, when you scroll down and it says...
Except for there was a movie that I just watched recently. Again, I've seen it several times. It's got Chris Pratt, and I can't remember what it's called. But aliens basically land, they think, in the future. So then people come from the future back to the past to basically bring them into the military to help fight in the future. I cannot think of what it's called.
The Tomorrow War?
Yes, that's it.
I did not know that offhand. I Googled it.
Yep, that's it. I really enjoyed that. But that's the same concept about time and,
Yeah, well, the most fucked up movie about time I'll ever have seen is that one you showed me with Ethan Hawke.
Yeah, that's kind of an odd one.
Well, Predestination, that's what it was called. Right?
Yep. The only movie that I've ever seen where you're able to do
Fuck
things
yourself?
with yourself.
Yeah. Fuck yourself and make a kid with yourself after you have a sex change in the future. You go back in time and fuck yourself to have a kid to make yourself.
Yeah. Yep.
So that's how that happens.
Yeah, that's... But the movie's so much more than that, but...
So this went straight to streaming?
I believe so.
This is it first premiered on March 31st, 2024 and became available on various streaming platforms.
Yep.
It's a horror comedy. The story follows Jenny, a rebellious teenager who, after a botched sacrificial ceremony, is transformed into a Yorkshire Terrier werewolf. She becomes entangled in a conflict involving her estranged warlock, mob boss father, in the local mafia, and other supernatural entities in her small town. The movie was filmed in Vermont. It says utilizing the state's scenic landscapes. It was mostly nighttime, right?
Most of the wood shots, I think, were at night.
I thought most of this movie was filmed at night.
Well, there's quite a bit during the day, like when they went to the gun store for a bomb. And
Yeah, but I mean, again, indoors. You're not really checking out the landscape.
yeah. The restaurant stuff.
Oh, it says the transformation sequences and creature designs are intentionally campy. The Yorkshire werewolf costume worn by actress Risa May adds to the film's quirky charm. That's stretching the word quirky charm a bit.
I don't know. I didn't think it was as bad as you're making it sound. It was entertaining.
It
wasn't a great movie.
I didn't hate it, but I didn't like just the way it was written.
Yeah, there was too much, just left out. The orbs.
But there was still also too much explaining. So it's
Some of it, yeah.
kind of confusing.
Well, a lot of the explaining happened during the scene it was explaining.
I know, but that's when it's not right.
Yeah.
And you can let the audience figure shit out too. Oh, I was looking for some good quotes in here, but
There was a few that I was looking at, but I just wasn't real into it.
You put a quote in Discord.
Oh yes, what was that?
You put in something like, if you don't kill a witch who wrongs you,
okay,
they take your pasta license.
Yes, that
and
was
then
the moment.
Kill you.
That was the moment that Papa Nick was talking to his daughter.
Yeah.
And telling her that the reason why he killed her, had her mother killed, was because if he didn't kill the witch who wronged him, they would have taken his pasta license away.
There was too much
kill him.
pasta obsession in this fucking movie. Like, I get it.
Everybody really liked pasta.
Oh my god! And then they were like, "I was looking for a big rigatoni, but you're like elbow macaroni."
Oh my god, that's right.
Making fun of that guy's ding ding. When you were sleeping, I took a look at your wiener. That's sexual assault.
That is. I forgot about that. Yep. That clearly is.
Yeah. You're not allowed to do that. Oh. Yorkshire Terrier.
As a werewolf.
And then, of course, they're like, "Oh, you're so cute."
I'm just a little werewolf. I don't know what I can do.
Yeah. This movie has potential. And you know what? It could be an interesting TV series.
It could have been, I suppose.
Because, like, it has
There's
a lot.
been dumber TV series out there.
It has a lot of, like, potential for all these, like, plot holes that we're talking about, to fill in those gaps, to, like, redo this movie and, like, just stretch it out.
Yeah.
And then show more of the mafia families and the vampire families and the witches. And, like, there could be, like, ABC storylines for all of that. Like, you could really open it up. I mean,
if it wasn't such a stupid movie, it could have actually done a lot better.
So I think that there's something here that could be useful. And so I don't hate this movie. The acting was good-ish. But it was, like, you could tell that some of it was just intentionally bad. But still, I don't understand how this movie even got made. Somebody had a lot of money.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know if this was a fucking crowd-funded situation. By what name was it? There's a quiz for this?
What?
By what name was the Yorkie Warewolf officially released in India in English? I don't fucking know. I don't want to know. I don't care. IMDb has some weird options.
Yeah, I guess so. That's how the hell are we supposed to know what it was called when it was released in India?
I'm not going to ever be that knowledgeable about this movie.
Or any movie for that matter.
Well, I
could care less what it's called in India.
There's some movies that I do know stupid facts about. More like this.
Do you know any movie that had a different name, like when it was in India? Do you
I don't know specifically in India.
Yeah,
but,
that's what I'm saying. It's stuff like that.
But some movies do get their names changed.
You'd have to be lesbian vampire killers.
Yeah, that.
Yep.
They took away the word lesbian.
Yep, when it came over here.
There's a category more like this. And I refreshed the page, but before I did that, the first thing that had popped up, Crack Coon.
I watched what is it called? Cocaine
Bear?
That was entertaining. That wasn't bad.
I mean, I'd heard good things about it.
Yeah,
And
it was all right.
There was a lot of talk about it when it came out, and then Crack Coon came out, and I think everyone was like, "Nah."
Is that actually fully out now?
Fuck.
Because the last time I was looking, it wasn't out yet.
Crack Coon.
So I want to watch that.
I wasn't trying to find the trailer. Okay, let's see here. Well, it's got an IMDb page.
So assuming it actually was released finally?
I'm gonna release date. Yeah, it's out.
Oh, good.
It came out on October 29th of 2024.
So towards the end of the year. I haven't looked in quite a while now, but good. Maybe we'll have something to watch.
There's always movies to watch.
I don't know. I've killed way too many recently.
I know this isn't a horror movie, or is it? I haven't finished it yet, but I am really liking that Chris Pratt, Millie Bobby Joe movie. What is that called?
Oh, Jesus, I can't remember. That's a weird one.
Electric State.
Yeah. Yep.
I don't know if that's considered a horror movie, but that I like it. I mean, I can see it being a horror movie because of it's like a dystopian future style, although it's the past. The Electric State is sci-fi adventure.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. It's definitely not horror.
I mean, there's a lot of death.
It's horrible what the fuck they're doing.
Yeah.
I don't know if you know about that yet.
I'm at the part, I don't know if I should say, but I guess it doesn't matter. They found the doctor. He explained what's happening. They came and got Lemonhead. I'm trying to be vague with this.
So you know what happened, what the whole boy's purpose is.
Yeah.
Okay.
They took
that
him.
Was the easiest way.
They took Lemonhead and brought him to the boy.
Yes.
And that's where I'm at right now.
Okay. There's a lot more shit going on later.
Who's Herman?
Herman?
Yeah.
The HRM bot. He's the one that's with Pratt.
Chris Pratt?
Yep.
Okay. The guy who plays,
Herman.
who does the voice, is Anthony Mackie. I think he's the guy who's in the Avengers movies. I think he's the Falcon.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I had to look. I'm glad that I looked this up.
He's playing the new shit with Captain America stuff, too.
Yeah, I think so.
And that's not getting real good reviews, I don't think. I don't know. I haven't seen much of it, but I know there's a lot of people kind of like...
I was trying to figure out the voice of Mr. Peanut, and I couldn't figure it out for the longest time, and I'm glad I looked it up, because I'm like, oh, that makes sense.
I don't know who it was.
The voice of Mr. Peanut is Woody Harrelson.
Oh. That does make a lot of sense.
Yeah. Mr. Peanut. This is a weird movie, but I like it.
Then, of course, the chicken guy.
The chicken guy?
Yeah, from Breaking Bad.
Oh, yeah.
That's all. I can't think of his name.
Gus Fring is who he played in Breaking Bad. But yeah, he's an interesting character. Like, you hate him, but then you're like, I can respect what you're doing now because he sees the bullshit.
Yeah, he was just a soldier, basically.
Yeah. He's like, I have a job to do, and I'm going to do the job. And then he sees that one guy come in and fuck things around, and he's like...
Well, that's how a lot of soldiers, that it's orders. You know, your superior gives you an order. That is your job. You carry that order out.
Yeah. But all right. So, did your rate change? Or are you still at 7?
7.5. I'm staying at 7.5. It just... If they would have explained a little more, like the orb thing, like where to get them, why, how are they that powerful, why are there so many? That may have, I mean, because he only needed one, apparently, the one he was holding to do all this shit. So why did he have like 80 of them?
Oh, that reminded me of that moment when he like threw it behind him and then hits him in the head.
Oh my God, that's right. We rehearsed this.
Yeah.
And he was supposed to catch it.
I mean, that was funny, but also didn't need to be in there at all.
No.
It was funny though. It was not the dumbest thing that happened in the movie.
No.
Like even acting wise. And he was like, cut.
You were supposed to catch that. We rehearsed this.
You're supposed to catch it with flair or whatever he says. But I think I'm going to go to a 6. What did I have it at 5?
5.
I think I'm going to go to up because I would recommend this to people.
I do too. I mean, it's just if you're into stupid, just dumb movies,
And like
something to just shut your brain off and watch and maybe giggle at something dumb.
we're like
Pretty good.
I would tell people like, yeah, watch that movie. It's interesting. It's worth watching. Where Street Trash, I would tell people to not watch that movie.
Unless you like flying penises.
I don't know who does.
Some people might.
Yeah. So yeah, I think I'll go 6. And then if the other two have watched it, we'll get their...
Yep, on the next one.
Yeah, we'll ask them about it. So we'll have to remember to ask them.
As soon as we'll find out what happens when he's done counting his M&Ms or Skittles, whatever he's on this week.
Yeah. But
I hope he feels better for the next one.
yeah, hopefully. Yeah, I know he was...
He sounded pretty bad.
Yeah, it was like Sunday, like a few days ago that
Yeah, he sounded like he was dying.
he said he was dying. He's like, I'm dying. I'm not going to be able to be healthy in a couple days. Like, I get that.
Yeah. Yep.
I think the last time we recorded, I was barely able to talk, like chomping down
Cough drops.
cough
stuff,
drops
yeah.
and trying to
I'm
sip.
just stoked that I didn't, like, when you got sick again,
Yeah.
I didn't get anything.
Oh, I tried to stay the hell away from
I'm
you.
pretty stoked about that.
Yeah, I was like, I tried to stay as far away
'Cause
from
I
you
don't
as
know
possible.
what you had the time before that, but that kicked my ass. That sucked.
This last time, I think it was just a delayed sinus infection.
Could be.
Because then that hit hard, and that's what I was dealing with. And that was a nightmare. Because then I was like deaf in one ear for a few days.
Ugh. Wonder how that happened.
I don't know.
You don't get that very often, do you?
I've never had a sinus infection before this.
Wonder what caused it. It's odd. Well, so wasn't a terrible movie, but
No. So I think we were talking about it before we recorded, but like, I say we do Long Legs.
I think I second that.
Yeah.
Do something a little more normal.
I haven't seen it. I don't know anything about it, but I've heard good things.
I've heard good and bad. I've heard from a few, like I listened to a lot of podcast stuff, and I've heard people that were super disappointed by it. And
Yeah,
then
but
I've
that's
also
when you
heard-
raise your expectations.
Well, yeah, but then I've heard a lot of people praising the movie too. I mean, it's like even like the IMDb scores and stuff are pretty high on it.
Yeah. I think Opie already watched it.
Donnie might have too.
Yeah.
It was one of the two, or maybe they both.
Maybe both. Probably both.
Yeah.
Nerds.
Yeah. Did we find out what we're watching? What we could watch it on?
I don't know. It's
It's
probably.
like all.
I was gonna say it's probably on
Hulu.
everything.
Why does it say Disney Plus?
I don't know. Is it on Disney Plus?
That's what it says.
Is it a fucking Disney movie?
I don't
Oh,
think
this
so.
has Nick Cage in it.
Yes.
I don't know anything about this movie.
Nope. I knew that. I don't know. Typical Amazon Prime rental. Typical rental stuff. Voodoo, YouTube. It says Disney Plus premium subscription. I don't know what that means.
I think because Hulu and Disney.
That could be.
Yeah. So it's probably like if you have Disney Plus, you can watch it through the Hulu part of it.
I might have to check that out because I have Disney Plus, but I don't know if there's like a premium Disney Plus, something beyond your normal. That
Well,
includes
they do
like the other streaming stuff. That could be. I don't think I have that. I
They
never
do a
bothered.
bundle where it's Disney Plus, Hulu, and ESPN.
that could be probably why. See, I just have the typical, and honestly, I don't even really need to keep it.
Yeah.
I keep it for my nieces and nephew. They really love Disney Plus.
That's fair.
Mm-hmm. So I keep it so they can turn it on. Same thing with like Netflix and stuff. I pay for their Netflix.
Yeah.
Because Netflix did that crap where you can't
share the
stuff.
Yeah.
So, but I was able to add to mine instead of paying for an entire new Netflix thing.
Yeah.
It's like $7.
They had an option for that?
Yes. It's like $7, and then they can make their own profile, but they can only make one profile.
Okay.
You know, like on ours, we can make multiple profiles, and this just one is allowed. So we just made it for the kids, and Kayla can look up whatever she wants to on it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Pretty much all the subscription stuff that I have, it's mostly for them.
Yeah.
I mean, except for...
Shit, it's probably on Shudder too, if anybody has that.
Could be. It doesn't say on there, but...
I think Shudder's kind of less known.
Is that paid for?
Yes.
Okay, I just didn't know if it was a paid for subscription.
Yeah, because that's where you get all the, like, I think that you would like it because that's where you get all the crazy random ass B.
I've looked through a few of them.
And the rare ones and the ones, yeah, it's just horror based.
Which is kind of nice. We might have to glance and see if it's in there. It doesn't say on here, but regardless, I mean, if we can't find it on our normal stuff, we'll just buy it again through Vudu, and that works.
Yeah. And you know what?
At least all of us have access to my library, so...
Oh, yeah, for Fandango at home.
For us to be able to actually watch the stuff, so... But for anybody else that's planning on watching it with us, according to that typical Hulu subscription stuff, it says...
It's funny because, like, I was like, oh, asking somebody at work, hey, did you watch the movie? And they're like, no, what is it on? And I'm like, I don't fucking know.
I bought it.
Yeah, I knew that you bought it, but that's not something that everybody can access.
Nope. I do wish they had a way to...
Have two people watch it at the same time?
No, just to release it, like, for even one day. You know what I mean? Be able to give, like, a link and be like, here.
Yeah.
Everybody that listens to us would be able to watch it for 12 hours.
Yeah.
You know?
Be like, give us $1.
Well, I mean, even if it cost a couple bucks to be able to link that.
Yeah, if we charged everybody that listens $1, we would make $3.
Okay with that. It's $3 that we didn't have.
Yeah. And I appreciate everybody that listens.
Oh, definitely.
But I suppose we're going to shut this one down.
Yeah, and we even have the closer song, too.
Oh, that's right, we do.
Yeah, and it's the only song on this entire...
Is it the one that plays at the credits?
Yes.
Good.
It's the only one. The rest of them are just like instrumental Italian type things. Yeah, I listened to all of them, and I was like, ugh.
All right, well, I'm going to click that button, and then we're going to say goodbye. So listen to this episode, listen to all the other ones, and look us up on all the other things that we have things for.
Things.
Yeah.
Woke up this morning with a vision so clear, gonna take over the world with my posture premiere. Fettuccine flow, spaghetti on the beat, lasagna layered magic with a spell so sweet. I'm the ravioli warlock, the rigatoni witch. Every verse I drop like a marinara thick, from the streets of Napoli to the Bronx so wild. I'm cooking up a